Hi, this is Lee Chapin. It's December 28th, 2018. I'm still here in Kochi, India. I just had the pleasure of having a spiritual healing session with my friend Amena, and she was so gracious to be able to share with her some of her concerns, and we were so blessed to be able to have many of the masters come and bring her the guidance and the clarity that she needed. And so what I'd like to do now is I'd like to have a post-interview with her. And so my good friend Jared Willis is going to begin to ask her a bit about her experience, because this is the first time for her. This is really new to her. She's interested in metaphysics, into holistic healing. She knows about past lives. She's a pranic healer. And yet to understand the work that I do as a spiritual psychotherapist and as a direct voice channel for spirit, this was really a little bit, I don't want to say foreign to her, but her first experience in having a channeled reading, which is my specialty, as many of you know. And so I'm going to now turn the baton over to Jared Willis, my friend, and who is here with me in Kochi, who's helping sponsor this trip. So Jared, please do your magic.
I'm going to take the microphone from you.
She's so good. That was a brilliant date right there. And this is when she's tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Wow.
Well, thank you, ladies, and we'll try and keep it short since it's late at night, but I understand you've just had you've had 2 sessions today. First one about your daughter, Amena, and then one now that's more focused on some of your questions. So I guess my first question for you would be, how do you feel?
I feel like I have so much more to do now that I have so many answers, and I've gained more clarity about my purpose in life, which is one of my biggest questions. So now I feel like I'm ready to take it all up and go and do something about it.
Amazing. Well, tell me more about, I guess, maybe what were your expectations, or what did you hope to get from the reading, and then how did it either match your expectations, or was it different from what you expected?
So I have to say I didn't really go in with expectations. I've realized that over a lot of my experiences before, that it's best to not have expectations, because then you're hoping for something particular. So, but Lee had kind of prepared me with what are the good questions, and I asked for your help too. So you were very gracious to let me know what are the right questions to ask. So I had that background. With that, I went into this session knowing that I will get some answers. And in this case, I did. Like the first one was the purpose of my life. I'm much clearer now. I had a feeling this is what I want to do, but I wasn't sure, and I needed some reinforcement, which I got. I also had some very personal questions about my mother, who I hadn't really met in this lifetime. Just once really, and I didn't really get a chance to interact. So I had many questions around that, and it was pretty neat to know, to receive messages from her about what she wants me to know in this life and what she wants me to do. It made me really feel very connected, which I was missing for so long. So I'm sorry if I tear up a bit, because mother subjects can be a little sensitive, but I know even during the session when Lee was telling me about what my mom wants me to know, I was just, I think, crying like a little girl. It's always nice to hear from what your mother has to say, especially because I didn't have that connection at all in this life. So that was pretty profound, I thought. And I also wanted to know more about my grandfather. He was a very spiritual being, and I wanted to know his message. And it was, I have to say, enlightening to know that he's channeling his energy. And she said that she felt his energy right on top of my head, and I am so thrilled about that. So I could go on. I had many other questions about different people in my life, and I had all of them answered, and I'm feeling great, actually.
Well, thank you for sharing that, and we obviously don't want to ask you the personal details, because that's personal and confidential for you, but how do you think this can help other people. I think a lot of people don't understand the purposes, or they confuse. They think, oh, a psychic or a medium, or they're going to tell me the answers to the lottery, or where my dead grandmother hid her inheritance. But now that you've gone through a reading with Lee, how do you think this, how is it helpful to you, and how do you think it could be helpful to other people? How should people understand, what they can gain from a reading with Lee or someone like Lee?
I think you've raised a very important point here, because a lot of people do go in with this intention, but I have to emphasize that everyone is here on this earth for a reason. They have a purpose in life. They were born to their parents with a mission. Now, whether you have the money, or whether you're going to get it from a hole dug up in your backyard, or wherever you're going to get the money from, it's irrelevant. People need to understand that, because if you're going to waste this opportunity trying to find these irrelevant things, then what you should do is ask for your purpose in life, because we are all here for spiritual progress. And I think it's a mistaken belief that human beings' prime most goal is to be happy. I think that's not true. Our first responsibility is to progress spiritually. That's why we are here. And we should everyone should take this opportunity to find out how they can grow spiritually, because that is what's ultimately going to count.
Thank you. I have no other questions. Lee, is there something else you want to add?
I was going to say that was wonderful, because so many people, that is the perfect reason that I'm doing this work. And what I try to explain to people is that this is all about your soul growth. This is all about soul evolution. It's not really about the earthly questions or the earthly concerns. It's about the development of the soul and the soul progression. And so the messages that are being brought forward are really about how your soul wants you as your personality to evolve and to grow and to be happy and to live in joy. But many people really don't have any conception about their soul, or they're not even aware that their soul is guiding their personal life. And so it was just really, really wonderful for you to bring that up, because that's what I am here to share. I'm not here as a psychic medium, in a sense, to tell your fortune or to give you the answers that you want to hear. I'm here to help you to understand your soul, what your soul is trying to share with you, and again, what your life purpose is. Because you're right, we all have a life purpose, we have a mission, and we all have had human experiences from the soul journey through many incarnations, where we've had traumas, where we've had the imprints, we've had those memories that are still affecting us now, that are prohibiting us from truly being the best that we can be. So my job as a spiritual teacher, or as a spiritual counselor, or as a spiritual medium is simply to help to navigate you so that you understand, and I'm able to bring that clarity to you from the masters, so you can be the best that you can be. So perfect. I love the way you described that, and so thank you, Jared, as well.
I also believe something else that other people can benefit from is, if you've ever experienced a phenomenon in your life that you've not been able to explain, which was one of my questions. I remember drowning by myself in a swimming pool, and then just walking back to my room, and I didn't really know what happened in between. There was nobody there. There was no explanation. I've been looking for this answer for the past 19 years now, and today I got my answer from Lee. So definitely, everyone should try this out once.
Thank you so much, Amena and Lee, and stay tuned for more videos in the days ahead.
Happy holidays.